Hello, 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 and welcome back to another moon ceremony. Tonight, a new moon in Scorpio. I'm Safrianna Lughna, the Queer Spirit Guide, and as always, it's a delight to be here with you for these lunations to drop into the energy that is. And the energy that is right now is me recognizing very deeply that every time I go live for a moon ceremony, the firehouse has an emergency right next door. So hopefully everyone is okay and that noise will pass soon. But how are you all doing? How is this moment landing in your bones? It has felt like such a topsy turvy time. We have multiple things in retrograde right now. So as always, this space is here for you to receive completely privately without having to out yourself in any way. You are welcome to DM me or pop in the comments anything coming up for you, your intentions, affirmations, experiences, etc. Because certainly we're having some experiences right now. So, as always, I'll start with just an energy check in of what I'm noticing happening astrologically and collectively right now. And then we will set some intentions, we'll clear our energy, and then go into a time of guided journey work, followed by a collective card pull. So, as I said, it is a new moon in Scorpio. It's happening as I'm live here, kind of in the wee hours of the morning overnight. So for some people Wednesday, for some people Thursday. And this Scorpio energy really has some big emotional themes. I don't know about you, but I am certainly revisiting the darkness of my past right now. I'm certainly revisiting my commitments to my past right now. That's really in the cards with this Scorpio energy. It is an intensive time for emotional and psychological depth, for revisiting our shadows, really releasing past frustrations and embracing the energy of transformation. And I think we are Mercury retrograde right now. I think Saturn, Jupiter, and possibly Uranus and Neptune as well. Like there's multiple retrogrades going on right now. And again, I never claimed to be an astrology expert, but there's certainly with the retrogrades this energy of revisiting the past and refining things. So, what in your life are you refining right now? What are you revisiting? What are you letting go of? And what skins are you shedding? Those are the big themes that are really coming up as I tune into what is here. So, the invitation right here at this space and time is not to rush ahead, but to really go inward and slow down and reflect on what we're creating, reflect on where we're going next, reflect on where we've been so that we can move forward in a more empowered and inspired way. So all of that is here with this new moon in Scorpio energy and with the retrogrades, and it's death and rebirth. I mean, we are certainly still in Samhain season, and we're building up to the winter solstice. We're building up to the pregnant pause, but there is this gestation that's happening right now. And in many ways, it feels very much like a return to the chrysalis. So if you are feeling that right now, you are not alone. But what intentions would you like to set around this? Whatever is coming up for you. And I always like to just offer you a few intention starter statements here. So, with this intense emotional energy, with this invitation to reflect and refine, whether in your life, your, relationships, your business, your home, whatever it might be, what are you committing to? What are you choosing? What are you letting go of? So just noticing what's coming up here, and take some moments, and I will do this with you, to just jot down your intentions for this new moon phase, for this Scorpio energy, or as we build towards the full moon in Gemini ahead. Transforming in you right now. What fears are you letting go of? Whatever you're noticing coming up in this moment, your wishes and intentions for the future, you might begin to notice that naysaying voice that says this is not possible. I invite you to breathe with whatever part of you might be resistant to the change that's in store for you, for the magic that's ahead. Any part of you that doesn't think it's possible for you to have what you want. We're going to lovingly embrace those parts here as we move into energy clearing. So you can continue to write down your intentions. But just noticing here any areas of constriction, any areas of tension in the body or the energy, any sensations of stuck, sticky, or stagnant energy. And just see if you can soften and release. Maybe blowing the breath out. Perhaps using the inhale to call yourself home and the exhale to release anything that does not belong to you. Releasing, 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 clearing from your body, clearing from your emotions, clearing from your mind, clearing from your spirit. Anything not for your highest good, anything that is holding you back, releasing, releasing until you are free and clear as much as you can be here and now. Remembering that releasing is an ongoing process. We have to return time and time again to let go. That's just how it is being human. We pick things up all the time. So just soften your shoulders here, soften your jaw, and we'll move right into our time of guided visualization, remembering our guided journey work. Some of you may visualize, some of you may know, sense, smell, feel. You may not visualize, and that's okay. You're allowed to journal, dance, move, lay down, be seated, eyes opened or closed. There is no right way to receive this journey. But we'll begin as we always do by centering here and now in this present moment, becoming aware of the body and the breath as we tune inward, noticing what we're feeling right here, right now, the quality of our emotions, and the parts of us that are here and have something to say. Just noticing. And then releasing that noticing to begin to tune into the thinking mind, the quality of the thoughts. Noticing if you are ruminating or circling in any particular thoughts right now or stories. And with that, noticing, releasing that, and beginning the process of dropping, sinking like a stone into your heart space. Calling on a recent loving moment, whether with an animal companion, a person, or just Mother Nature herself. And as always, you can imagine yourself surrounded by your favorite animals. Just allowing yourself to soften and open the sensation of love, to begin to open a portal in the heart space out into a dark forest evening. allowing this portal to open, sensing this nature scene beyond, the sky dark. Step through in your own time and way and just begin to orient to the surrounding of trees, fallen leaves, the underbrush, noticing the sounds of nature, taking in the quality of the air, feeling yourself head to toe present in this place. And as you arrive and you take stock of what's around you, you are greeted by a guide. Take a moment to notice the appearance of this guide, whether an animal, a humanoid, or something else entirely. Taking some moments to orient to this guide. And if no clear guide appears, a serpent or snake is here for you. Whether the serpent or snake or another guide, take a moment to orient to who is here and see if they have an immediate message for you about the emotions that are bubbling in you right now. Just any spiritual guidance or message for what's emotionally here for you right now as you land in this moment. And then you begin to journey through the woods, feeling the crunch of leaves and twigs beneath your feet, led by your guide, as if they can magically see through the darkness. Notice how you're led, whether reaching out to hold a hand, grabbing onto a rope, or if they light the way. But as you make your way through the forest, you continue to notice those emotions bubbling beneath the surface of your skin, that which you've been holding in the dark, holding so tenderly out of fear or shame, uncertainty. As you walk, led by your guide, feeling these things here, it's like they're on the surface of your skin. And it might be uncomfortable, these things that you've been working with, these emotions that are less than pleasant. And your guide at this point, if they are not already a snake, shapeshifts. They show you how to shapeshift into a snake form, ready to molt, ready to shed your skin. Feel yourself taking on this slithering form, your belly on the forest floor smooth as you move. And feel the way these emotions are like a tight skin, ready to be released, ready to be shed, ready for your rebirth. Notice what it's like to begin the process of shedding some of this old skin, these things you've been holding on to that don't serve you. What are you ready to let go of? What are you ready to give over to this darkness here? What are you ready to give over to this forest to become compost? What are you ready to shed? Noticing whatever is here, you and your guide begin the process of shedding this skin, of letting go of wriggling out from that which confines you so that you are free. Notice what it's like to move out of this state, to become freer. Is it like you've had an itch that you've finally been able to scratch? Is it a sense of satisfaction or weightlessness as you allow these things, these burdens, to be handed to the forest floor? What are you noticing as you shed more and more of the skin, knowing it's not you, it's temporary, it's a layer that you are moving through this present experience, a layer of what you're moving through, not your permanent state. What you're going through here and now is not your permanent state. Notice what it's like to wiggle free of that, to know you're being reborn in this moment and tomorrow and the next day and the next day. And as you shed this skin, notice any fear, any residual fear, and come to some stillness in the woods with your guide. And take a moment here to hand over in energy and emotion, in word, in song, in thought, in prayer. Hand over the burdens that are still there and ask for resolution. Give it to the earth here on the forest floor. Anything stuck, sticky, stagnant, offer it to the earth. And feel in through your belly the current of water beneath the earth's surface that takes and carries and transmutes these burdens, these tender emotions ready to be alchemized. Feel that alchemization happening here and now, knowing that in your magic you can transform these things, all of this and more. And sitting here on the forest floor, allowing yourself to completely return back into your human skin, shifting back into your human form, and continuing this process, offering over with your hands to the earth anything that you're ready to alchemize, anything in you ready to be reborn, to take new shape and form, planting them like seeds deep into the earth, carried on the water currents to be cleansed and freed. Breathe it in and let go of any expectation in the process, any expectation of the outcome. Let it go, trusting it will all work out in the highest. And your guide is still here with you. Take some moments to receive any messages, whether in sensation or word, of how to move forward from here, how to gently allow this rebirth to unfold for you each day. Listening to how you can allow this rebirth to unfold a little each day. And whether a clear message has come through or not, just offering gratitude to your guide, to your seen and unseen teams, knowing you are held and loved and supported, and the answers will be known, whether now or in time, and that you will find your way through the darkness. And just breathing here, feeling the earth beneath you, the air in your lungs, your body head to toe. Perhaps giving yourself a gentle hug or placing hands on your heart space. Give gratitude and parting wishes to your guide. as you turn back to the portal of the heart. And in your own time and way, stepping fully back through into the body, releasing what has been to open to what will be. And if the eyes are not already open, you can gently blink them open and take some moments to look around your space. Mm. Mm. I'm actually going to shuffle my card deck here and just see what happens as we land. But this particular image of this snake in this deck has been in my mind all day. And that was what was coming through as we went into our journey. So I have the feeling, this being a retrograde and all, and it being a time to slow down, that there's a lot from that journey that is going to continue to percolate. And this skin that needs to be shed, this is an ongoing process, and it is a thing that's ongoing and happening, all the time in our journey. So don't feel like you have to have let it all go or have figured this out right away. But know that you can continue and return to this process of releasing again and again. But just asking my cards here as we land, and feel free to share anything that you would like, again, whether in the comments, in a DM, an email, whatever. I always love to hear from you. But what is landing for you right now? Maybe jotting that down in your journal as you take stock of what you are releasing. So, drawing from 2 decks tonight, and all of them showed up reversed. Literally 100% of them out of 2 different decks. So I'm just taking that to, again, be this moment for us to really slow down in this moment where we are in so many retrogrades and we have so many energies colliding, and there's just so much happening in the world right now, and I know so many people are feeling swirly and uncertain. So I'm just taking that as a, hey, remember, like, you got to slow down right now and really reevaluate some things. So what is the collective energy here for us? The first one is hunt. And this card, I'm really getting from this as I tune in that we are meant to hunt our desires down and be really discerning as we hunt our desires down, because so many of us are moving out of people pleasing, out of doing things, in a quote unquote older way, as passed down and expected for us. And so many of us are coming into a more self-focused, self-first in a really healthy way era for ourselves. And that's really exciting because it means we can pour from a full cup instead of an empty cup. And yes, so this hawk card in the book, I'm still getting to know this deck here, has to do with the pursuit of your goals, forsaking all else. And communicating that we may find something we once thought was lost. And that's, I feel like we're finding as ourselves again, ourselves that have been lost. And this can have to do with promoting a singular sort of focus on a task. And that is part of the Scorpio energy that's here, is, and the retrograde is like going back to refine and really look at things again and make sure that they are the way that we want them to be. And there is this 6-month chapter opening right now where we really get to refine and build. And so I am feeling really hopeful for 2026. And I feel like this is part of that here. The next card is Horse, Trust. This card has actually been coming up for me quite a bit recently. And this is really about not allowing the world to break us, allowing us to prevail in the trust of ourselves, of our goodness, of our instincts in many ways, and to not let the world break us, because it really feels like it's trying to. uh, in so many ways, right? If you're my people, then I know like life is not easy peasy lemon squeezy and you have no burdens and nothing to worry about, right? Like you've got stuff that it's hard to trust you're going to get through. And so this is reminding you that you need to trust your people, and you also need to protect yourself against that which is not for you, that which is fraudulent or is trying to take advantage of you. And I think that that's part of this. The hunt is really our discernment for what is for us. And then finally, we have Ant, collaborate. And I feel like this card came up recently as well because I distinctly remember it. But the ant is inviting us. This actually is going hand in hand with the horse, and that trust is inviting us to figure out where we can collaborate, where our people are, who builds us up, who we build up, who we're excited to spend time with, and they're excited to spend time with us. And to get really discerning about that. The era of people pleasing and just giving your time away to everybody is over. This is a rebuilding chapter after a hard time. This is a time to reclaim your personal power. So the collaborations that you do moving forward need to really be clear. And I pulled another card from the Gateways of Light activation, and I got the Anunnaki light codes. And this is really indicating this is going hand in hand with this rebirth chapter and the Scorpio and the Samhain energy. This is all about energetic shifts, new things happening, new information coming in, and cycles ending, thus the rebirth. So the new information comes in and you know better what you need to release so that you can step into your power. So that is so much of what is here. I love this these messages from horse, hawk, and ant and the Anunnaki. So if you feel called to work with any of those energies moving forward over these next 2 weeks, they would be excellent guides or companions in any spiritual work that you want to do. So, as always, I'd love to know what's coming up for you during this moon cycle. Those Scorpio energy and emotion vibes, if you're feeling really intensely, again, you're not alone. It's there, it's in the air. And I just want you to know that these moments, these moon ceremonies are here for you to have moments of presence in our hustle bustle busy lives, to really tune into what is here, what's actually happening right now inside of you, emotionally, spiritually. So if you enjoyed this and you're not already on our list, please feel free to go to safrianna.com/moon and you can get those monthly moon email reminders. We are changing the format a little as we go into 2026. We're doing a little bit of rebranding, and I would love to know from you all whether this is your first time dropping in or your 50th, because I've been doing this for like 2.5 years now. I would love to know what you'd like to see spruced up in 2026. If there's anything in the format you are interested in seeing changed, or if you really like this format. And again, we always follow the same flow in this so that there is that nervous system regulation and ease, and you kind of know what to expect. So we always do that energy alignment, an intention setting, a clearing, a practice guided something or other, and then I pull some cards. So if that works for you, let me know. If it doesn't work for you, also let me know. I would love your feedback to continue growing this moon ceremony and keeping it free for as long as I possibly can. But on that note, if you would like to and you have the means and desire to do so, you can donate at safrianna.com/donate to continue to allow these to be free so I can show up and do them every month. And next up is our full moon in Gemini, which is on December 4th. And that will be at the same time. But in 2026, we actually might be shifting up to an earlier time just to experiment, because some people who took one of my moon surveys said an earlier time actually worked. And I'm curious to play with that. So, again, next up will be that full moon in Gemini. I can't wait to join you here for that, whether I catch you live or in the replay. And the other big thing I want to tell you about is winter solstice coming up on December 18th. That is the next Zoom ritual with me and Dr. Melissa Bird, a part of our seasonal shenanigans series. And you can find out all the details about that and more at safrianna.com/seasonal. If you are interested in those, these are the way to get into a ritual room with me and Dr. Melissa Bird and have a blast celebrating the Wheel of the Year. So go check those out. We are enrolling for the 2026 cohort right now, which kicks off with this winter solstice on the 18th. So that is our full Wheel of the Year series. I would love to have you there. So, my friends, until next time. I'm Safrianna Lughna, the Queer Spirit Guide. I see you, I believe in you, and I'm cheering you on. And be so, so gentle with yourself during this particular lunation with all the retrogrades and the Scorpio energy and everything that's here, because being human is a lot and you are not alone. All right. I love you so much. See you next time. Bye for now.